Hello, quick civics lesson, not news, but newsworthy. The Democrats are about to pick a new chairman, and this gives us an opportunity to reset priorities of the Democratic Party and to recognize where we have failed in the past. The election to get the new Democratic chairman will be February 1st. Here's what you need to know about the folks that are running. This is my show, so I'm going to start with the person that I really hope wins. And that is Ben Wickler, who has been running the Wisconsin Democratic Party for the last several years. I like Ben because of his embrace of new media and podcasts as a method to get the Democratic message out. I think he has built sustainable grassroots infrastructure in Wisconsin that wins elections. He's a super workhorse, he's a good listener, and like he said, the purpose of the DNC needs to be to win elections. Like I said, that's my personal choice because I've been able to work with him and I am very biased for Ben. Another person you're going to know running for DNC chair is Marianne Williamson. She's an author, nonprofit founder. She ran for president 2 times on the Democratic ticket. And despite established Democrats trying to stiff arm her out of the party, she stays. And now she's running to be the chair. You also have Ken Martin, who is the chairman of the Minnesota Democratic Farmer Labor Party. He's done incredible work. Martin O'Malley, the former governor of Maryland. And Faiz Shakir, who was Bernie Sanders' 2020 presidential campaign manager. It's no secret that the Democratic Party needs to rebuild. They need to fix their messaging and their priorities, and they need to make space for people who don't agree with the Democratic establishment. We are facing rising costs, stagnating wages, we're losing elections, and instead of just trotting out working class leaders every so often when we get close to election time, we need those voices to be included in making decisions about strategy and messaging for the party from the get-go. And whoever they pick to be the Democratic chair has to be modern enough in their messaging approach that they can counter the obviously very successful messaging of the RNC, which is co-chaired by Laura Trump and Michael Whatley. So, it's no small task here. If this is something you're interested in, you can also search DNC Chairman debates and you can see what folks are talking about. If you want to hear more from Ben Wickler, you can learn about his vision for a modern DNC by tuning into our podcast, American Fever Dream. Unfortunately, this isn't a public election, so like I said, you and I don't get to vote, but we do get to make TikToks about it. Ben Wickler, thanks for being here with us today. You are running right now to be the DNC chair. What is giving you the hope and the energy to do that right now?
The hope is kind of driven by necessity. We're in a moment of national crisis. All of our communities are under attack. This administration has no regard for the law. It's willing to do just about anything to have total power to deny people's very existence. And what gives me hope is I do think that there are millions of people who, if they see a way that they can fight back, they will rise to that moment. It's honestly, my hope is mostly driven by looking back at the history of the country, that when these kinds of attacks come, movements arise to fight back. And I think I'm running for DNC chair because I think we need that kind of movement, that kind of fight, and that kind of energy. And I want to build the Democratic Party to be worthy of that energy in these years to come, so that we can make sure we actually win elections and win the power to be able to fight for people's lives across this country.